Hello, hello, friends, industry friends, consumers at large. We're going to get started here in just a moment. I'm going to actually get everyone out of the waiting room. Let's do that. All right, we see everybody trying to get into the waiting room. Give me 1 second. Honey, this is great. We appreciate you guys being here. All right, everyone. You coming in, my friends? All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for being here. My name is Nick Libert. I am broker owner of Exit Strategy Realty in Chicago, Illinois. As you guys all know, this is a, to put it mildly, an interesting time in our industry. Interesting time for real estate professionals, for consumers at large. Everybody has been affected by this National Association of Realtors proposed settlement agreement. And I'm going to bring it on camera here for a second. If you have not, if you're a real estate professional, if you've not already, do yourself a favor and go ahead and maybe not kill a tree and print it out, but at least have it in front of you digitally. I have prepared some materials. Now, I'm seeing a lot of you that are on today are real estate professionals. So you may have missed the 2 p.m. webinar if you're a real estate professional for realtors. That was meant for real estate agents. This one is meant for the consumers. Lana, how are you? Good to see you. Always good to see you.
Sorry, I'm in the wrong one then. Thank you though.
You know what? So I'm not going to upload that just yet. It's probably going to take me about another hour. I'll get that uploaded. This one's for consumers. And so I'm going to start off by saying thanks everybody for being here, whether you're a realtor or a consumer. What a mess, right? What a quagmire we are in at the moment. But here's what I would like to offer to everyone. I put it this way to my friends, to my family, to people that asked me over the weekend what happened. National Association of
Yeah,
Go ahead and mute everybody that is not already muted. National Association of Realtors, our trade organization, for lack of a better word, decided to put together a settlement proposal. I have noted in the industry Zoom, as well as I will note here for all of us today on the consumer Zoom, this is not yet signed by all parties. It is a proposed settlement, but most likely this will be signed off on by everyone involved. The National Association of Realtors, our trade union, they were sued, as well as some major brokerages in the industry regarding realtor commissions. And I'm going to start off by saying this much. As an industry, I've been in this business for 26 years. This is all I've done as an adult. And I myself was a little bit of a gut punch when I saw this and read this settlement. We try our best, I think most of us, to provide value to consumers, to empower lives through property. The value proposition of real estate is not changing. The value proposition of being a realtor, I don't believe, is changing. What I do believe is changing is the way that we do business in terms of transparency, compensation, not in terms of the dollar amount as much as in terms of the way we move, the way we talk about compensation. It has always been, at least at my firm and for me, negotiable what we are charging consumers as realtors. It's negotiable. And at the same time that that's negotiable, we have to make sure that we are declaring our value, declaring our worth, and making sure that everyone understands how we get paid and what we're supposed to be doing. So I wanted to, and again, I'm looking at the Zoom, there's a lot more realtors than consumers on this. So this may not be as long of a Zoom as I thought, because I think this is going to be an ongoing conversation, both for consumers and for realtors at large. But I want to go ahead and share my screen for a minute. And I want to kind of catch maybe some people up to speed on what's going on. So the National Association of Realtors, our trade organization, entered into this settlement proposal. And instantly the media, God bless them, went out and declared the 6% realtor commission is dead. Again, real estate commissions have always been, in my firm at least, and for me and my clients, negotiable. We have always tried to do our best to provide value. However, now we have to even go a step further. And for some of you that have been on all of these Zooms today, we had a 12 p.m. for my office, a 2 p.m. industry Zoom, and now this is the 4 p.m. Consumer Zoom. I'll say this much about it. My stepfather is he's in Indiana right now taking care of my mom, as is my little brother. I'm the one over here in Chicagoland, dealing with real estate and the real estate brokerage. But my stepfather, he his entire life has built cars, rebuilt cars, repaired cars, been in the ICE, internal combustion engine environment. And how I parallel that to real estate is my stepfather built cars, repaired cars, rebuilt cars for a lot of people. He was a truck driver, or had been a truck driver, a CDL driver, transported things all around the country. The way he did business, the way he operated, the way he tried to help people, the way he moved and moved things, that was then. And now that industry, the automotive industry, has had seismic, to use the CNN word, seismic change. There's been a seismic change in that industry. What happened? EVs, electronic vehicles. EVs are going to change the game and are changing the game in the way that we move as a people. However, it doesn't take away from what my stepfather and so many other people in the automotive business did to make people move and help people move in that industry prior. So in the same way, real estate, realtors, not realtors, realtors, the National Association of Realtors, we have helped people move for 100 plus years. And we are, as an industry, as a human nature, we are flawed individuals, but we try our best. And what we saw with the settlement was we could do better. And so, like the automotive industry has had seismic change, the real estate industry, the realtor industry is about to, and is in the process of having seismic change. The vast majority of us didn't do anything wrong. The way we worked, the way we moved, the way we operated our businesses, but we now have to pivot. We have to elevate the conversation. We have to provide even more value and move ahead. And so how do we do that? There's a couple different things I'm going to point you to today as resources. Number one, whether you're a realtor or a consumer.
Oh, I turned mine down.
I want to point you to this reference. It is a bit.ly link, for lack of a better pronunciation. It is bit.ly/, and it's case sensitive, NAR Realtor, NAR. Let me sound this out for myself as well. Give me one moment. Type this out too. All right. We get that screen share going. And again, thank you guys all for your patience today. We're all trying to do this as quickly and as best as we can. So bit.ly/NAR settlement resources. NAR settlement resources. What that's going to do for you is that's going to give you, and this is going to be an ongoing, evolving resource library. It's going to give you a seller's guide to a real estate transaction, buyer's guide to a real estate transaction, 179 potential seller agent tasks in a real estate transaction. And on the buy side, there are 105 potential buyer agent pieces in a transaction. Doesn't mean that every single transaction is going to be the same. No transaction is the same. No relationship is the same. But what we have to do moving forward is understand as realtors what our role is, make sure we're providing the maximum value, the maximum possible value in that transaction, and then make sure that everyone understands how we are going to put food on our family's table, as well as make sure that our clients are able to get into homes so that they have a table to put food on. So I can talk all day about tools and resources, but I would love to actually open this up to conversation and questions from consumers first, because again, this seems to be a realtor heavy Zoom right now, but I want to open it up to, are there consumers on the line that have questions? Well, let's talk about value. Let's talk about value for a second. How can we, as realtors, and how can you, as consumers, expect more value from your realtors? Now, I'm going to say a few things that I hope don't offend some of the realtors on the line, but at the same time, it is what it is. I would like to see all of us in our industry provide more value to consumers in some of the following ways. Number one, when we are out and about and we are showing property, are you getting every single property available out to your consumer? Now, this is most of us on this line right now are in MRAD. Now, Lana and Glenn, her husband, are not in our MLS, but in a lot of MLSs, multiple listing services, there's something called what? The Private Listing Network, or PLN. I can't stand the PLN. I wish it wasn't a thing. But the Private Listing Network means that in many areas, there are pocket listings, preview listings, coming soon listings that don't show up on Zillow, Redfin, or Realtor.com. This is exactly the type of thing that gives our industry a bad name and a black eye. Why do we do that? I've ranted for years. I've been on my state board, the local board 3 terms. Didn't get anywhere with this, but when you have a private listing network and these shadow inventory pieces, what can you do to get around it? There's an app called Zenlist. And if you are in a area where you have, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a little bit on this. If you're in an area where you have inventory that you're not able to get out to your clients as a realtor or as a consumer, if you're not seeing everything, you have to get a hold of the shadow inventory. And so that is available through, at this point, in most MLSs that have a private listing network, there's a tool called Zenlist. And I would strongly advise, if you are listening to this or seeing this later and you don't have the tool called Zenlist and your local MLS has private listing or preview listings, make sure that they are talking about getting Zenlist. At my brokerage, at our office, we provide Zenlist to every single one of our agents and every single one of our consumers. We need to make sure moving forward that every single one of our consumers has that. This little page that you're seeing right now, this is my Zenlist Zenlink. This is how consumers can get access by clicking a little button and seeing all the inventory in their area that is for sale, that is not only on the market, but maybe in the private listing network. I want to give you an example of, in Chicagoland, how this looks. So I'm going to go into a area. I'm going to go into my neighborhood. And I live in Lakeview. This is the house that I'm in as we speak in Lakeview, East Lakeview. And I'm going to say, okay, in my neighborhood right now, there are how many listings? So let's go ahead and look. For sale, we have so little inventory right now. Let's go in and look, and we're going to say on the open market right now in my neighborhood. So let's go by Lakeview. There are a total of how many listings? 196 listings. 196 listings. Of those 196 listings that are on the market, how many are on the private listing network? And again, for some of you that are not in our local MLS, this is gonna not be relevant to you, but you've got to ask these questions, consumers. Is there a private listing network in your area? If so, does your agent have access to all those listings? And are they able to get you a tool so that you can go in, filter, and find these? So let's go in. We said 196 total listings, but if we go in here, we filter just for what? If we go in and filter just for the private listing network, watch this. And again, this is why it bothers me. 196 listings. Of those, 27 out of 196 don't show up on Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin, or any of the other major portals. So how many do we say? 27 out of 196. 27 divided by 196. I'm terrible at math, guys. That is almost 14% of the listings are only on the private listing network. You as a consumer need to get those in your inbox. And you as a realtor, for those real estate professionals out there, need to get those in your clients' inboxes. If you don't have the tool Zenlist, find a different way if you can't afford it. At my brokerage, we are providing it to everyone. Another way we have to provide value. What are you doing to make sure as an agent, and what are you as a consumer getting from your agent in terms of resources as far as property taxes? Now, this is again not geographically specific to Chicagoland. Everybody pays property taxes, right? Most of us, if we're owning property. You need to have resources. So at our office, this is what we have done. We are not changing a lot of what we do at our office. We're just going to make sure that we talk a little bit more clearly as to what our value proposition is. We have a tool, a property tax appeal resource portal, so you can understand what goes on in your property taxes right in our website, exitstrategymovesyou.com. If you click on resources and then you scroll down to property tax review, you can literally type in your PIN number or your address, and you will get all the results on what's going on in your area with property taxes. And do you think you might need to file for an exemption, file an appeal, all of that type of information. Consumers, what is your real estate agent doing for you? If they are not throwing events, if their brokerage is not throwing events, this may be the time for you to select a different brokerage or different agent. And I don't want to throw any agents or brokerages under the bus, but this is the time that we rise, that we elevate the conversation. If you go to our brokerage and you go right now and you say, okay, I want to come up to an upcoming consumer event, there's always something going on at our brokerage, and there should be always something going on at the brokerage and the real estate agent's office that you choose to work with. Because yes, buyers and sellers alike, landlords and tenants alike, you are paying for our services. We have to eat. We are providing, hopefully, value to you. And we are going to ask you in writing, moving forward, more transparently than ever, for compensation for that. And that is negotiable. But we need to provide as agents value to you. So you can see there's 2 upcoming events. Obviously, one is we're in the middle of it right now. Unlocking the power of your property concierge portal. That's another value add that we have at our office. We will continue to and do more than ever to provide you as the consumer opportunities to learn, grow, and engage. I founded our office with the philosophy that I wanted to bring more to the consumer and bring more to the agent. We will continue to do that. My question to our consumers is, what do you need from us? At Exit Strategy Realty, I am going to go on a listening tour on behalf of our office. We're going to travel around to all of our locations. I got a little plug-in Tesla that I can plug in. It's a used one, but I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to drive all around. I'm going to listen to our consumers. What do you need from me? What do you need from us at Exit Strategy Realty? You let us know, and we will do our best to deliver, because we have to. Because when you look at these headlines, what are you thinking? I understand, consumers. You're thinking, did my realtor do me wrong? Could I have gotten a better deal? Well, you know what? I don't know what your deal was. I don't know what your transaction looked like, but I know moving forward, realtors have to step up to the plate or step out of the way. I joked a little bit earlier today with both our agents internally and on the Realtor Zoom. All the stuff is on YouTube and all over social media, and I'm going to be posting more of it. Feel free to follow me anywhere later. What I said was, maybe your exit strategy, pun intended, real estate agents, from this industry, maybe this is your gateway out right now. If this is too much for you to handle, that you can't handle negotiating and understanding value with your own client, how are you going to negotiate and understand value to the other side to get your client the best deal, representing buyer, seller, tenant, or landlord? These are questions we all have to look inside and ask ourselves. So moving forward at our office, I'm going to go on this listening tour. I'm excited to meet more of our consumers. Tomorrow night, we have an event. It's already on the books. It's been on the books for a while. It's going to be unlocking the power of your lifetime client concierge portal. Feel free to come and see us at our Skokie office. One of the things we do at Exit Strategy Realty, we are bricks and mortar as well as virtual. So you can come and see us. We have 81 past events just since halfway through COVID when I started tracking them through Eventbrite. Feel free to join us at these events. Look at all of these items of value. We will continue to do more and more and more of these. We want to see you. We want to be with you. We want to do even more and better for you. So that is the value proposition. If you're a consumer and you want to engage us, you can text Exit Strategy Events to the number 85377. Again, that's Exit Strategy Events, all one word, to the number 85377. And at any time, you're going to see those upcoming events, whatever they may be. So if you see this video later and you're like, what's going on at Exit Strategy? That's how you do it. You can also go to exitstrategymovesyou.com. You have the ability to, and again, I mean, I'm human. I'm only one person. I will mess up from time to time, as we all do, I believe. I would love to invite you to a conversation on how Exit Strategy can do better for you. I have my digital business card. It is Libert, L-I-B as in boy, E-R-T. You can text that to the number 85377. And feel free to connect with me on social media and say, hey, Mr. Libert, or as two people on here, Lana and Victoria and a couple other agents that work with me joke, the proprietor. The proprietor is here, and you have my contact information. I want to help our agents and our community do more and do better. We can do better as an industry. You as consumers deserve the best, and we will try to give you the best. I am open for questions for anybody. Somebody asked, is this nationwide? This is, well, this Zoom is wherever you want it to be. The content today that I'm giving you, that Exit Strategy Realty is giving you, some of it is going to be nationwide. Some of it may not apply to you. When I talked about Zenlist, you're going to have to talk to your local real estate broker. All real estate is local. That's something that as we got into the pandemic and, you know, these virtual companies that have been out there. I love virtual. I'm sitting in my home office right now. And at the same time, bricks and mortar and seeing people face to face. It's a local business. It's a relationship-based business. What I will tell you is that you at the local level need to talk to your local real estate agent about what's going on in your neighborhood. What are the tools that realtor can offer you? If your realtor does not understand or cannot use Realtors Property Resource. Ask them about RPR. Ask them about RPR. If they don't know what RPR is, run for the hills. I am a certified trainer in Realtors Property Resource. Every single agent that is paying their dues to the National Association of Realtors will have, and has had access to Realtors Property Resource. Let me show you guys this for a second. Let me show you something. Realtors Property Resource is an absolute gold mine of information. It is so important that realtors understand the power of this tool. This is through the National Association of Realtors, which again, they're under a lot of heat. They should be. But I will tell you this much. The data, relationships drive real estate, but it is also a data-driven business. We have to have this data for you as consumers. I want to make sure that every single real estate agent understands the power of Realtors Property Resource and is using it properly. If your agent is not trained in Realtors Property Resource, connect them with me, and I would be more than happy to show them the way. In the city of Chicago, there are only 2 certified trainers in Realtors Property Resource. You're unfortunately stuck with me. I'm one of the 2 at this moment. I will continue to deliver value on this resource, and the agents at Exit Strategy Realty will continue to be trained on this because that is what they have, quite frankly, entrusted me and been in business with me to do, is for me to find these tools and learn them and use them in my own clients and in my own investing. And so we can deliver that value back to you. And every single realtor in the National Association of Realtors has access to this tool. Has your agent shown you the market trends in your neighborhood? What do they look like? Let me show you real quick. This is for residential. This is for commercial. This is for investment. Let me show you what one of these looks like. So if I want to go into any specific area and I want to say, okay, I'm going to go into my neighborhood, 60657. As soon as this pops up here, I'm going to show you what this looks like. Your agent has access to all the information on schools, all the information on the neighborhood, on appreciation, depreciation, what's going on in the sales market, all of that. And if your agent can't provide it as a baseline, whether you're representing, as we're being represented as a buyer or seller, quite frankly, even as a tenant or a landlord, look at this information that your agent should be able to deliver to you. What's going on in the market right now? What's going on with the schools? What's going on with the traffic? All of this information, residential, commercial, traffic counts, census counts, all of this matters to you as a consumer, doesn't it? All of the value that we provide you as agents, it's data driven. It's a relationship business, but it's data driven. You need this information. If your agent cannot deliver it to you, get a better agent. And if they're at Exit Strategy Realty, let me know, because they're going to be in trouble. Just kidding, guys. But not really. We got to step up. We got to step up to the plate. I believe that Exit Strategy Realty, I believe that all real estate agents that are going to commit to continuing to be members of the National Association of Realtors, paying their dues, paying their car payment, their car insurance, their own health insurance, because we're all independent contractors. The vast majority of us as realtors, we work hard for you. The vast majority of us work hard for you. Generalizations are dangerous, but I will say the vast majority of realtors I have met, and every single agent that works at my brokerage, I do take responsibility for my brokerage. We are ready to work harder for you. We put a lot on the line every day to be out there for you, but we can do better, and we will do better. This product, RPR, Realtors Property Resource, is a baseline tool. It's a baseline tool. Is your agent getting you all the listings that are out there? Whether that's through the MLS, whether that's through a third-party product like Zenlist, because you have a private listing network in your local area. If your agent is in Chicagoland and doesn't know what the private listing network is, run the other way. Run the other way. If they don't know what Zenlist is and they are in the Chicagoland market, run the other way. Because every single agent now has access to Zenlist. They have to pay for it unless they're at a brokerage like mine that actually pays for it for them. But this is the type of information I believe you need as a consumer. and I will continue to deliver, and our office will continue to deliver because that's what you deserve. And that, quite frankly, is what you're paying for. So, guys, I can talk all day. It's been 30 minutes. Do we have questions from our consumer friends out there? Do we have questions from our real estate agent friends out there? Did I scare you all off? Well, I hope not. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is an ongoing conversation. Ongoing, and I appreciate you very much for, if you're a consumer watching or listening to this later and you are someone that has worked with or will be working with Exit Strategy Realty, we thank you. We appreciate you. We are here for you. If you are out there and just like, hey, you know what? I'm in middle Iowa or wherever you are, and you're looking for a great agent, we can help you find one, or do your research. Do your research. Go and look at the number of reviews. Ask the questions about the private listing network. Ask the questions about what events are coming up. Ask the questions about RPR, Realtors Property Resource. Look and find the best agent for you, because it is not a whole new game, but what they've done, the National Association of Realtors, is opened us up to a new era of doing better for you. So I'm excited about the opportunities. I thank you guys for being here today. This session has been recorded, will be on my YouTube channel, and I look forward to continuing the conversation. Thank you so much for being here. Everyone have a great day. Bye-bye.